Good evening, everybody. There we go. There we go. Technology. Thank you for coming out this evening. It looks to be a pretty intimate crowd. I feel like I should be coming out here and doing some kind of like a lounge singing act, like a piano bar or something, but sadly it's not about me at all tonight. Actually, it's not about me at all. It is about your students up here on stage who are running the show tonight. Other than a little bit of the one piece that I taught them initially, which they eventually took over, the rest of this is all their production. The program, all the pieces, the conducting, everything. So really, I don't know why I'm here, but I'm here. And we do have some awards and things to give away this evening, and some other recognitions to do. I think I'm supposed to recognize the officers now? Yes? No? Or later? Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim. I'll take a moment and introduce the officers. We've got Christina Vondrak, who is president. We have Molina as vice president. Yeah, she's back here. She's traveling in professional land right now. We have Sam Schultz, who is treasurer. And why am I blanking out? Secretary?
Jade.
Who?
Jade.
Oh, Jade. Jade was not here this evening, couldn't be here this evening, so Jade English Lancaster is secretary. And we have what's called a freshman representative, who is Julia McCoy. They're going to start out the program, and then at the end there are several presentations that we'll be we want to recognize our seniors, and we also have section leaders and whatnot. And I also have some other awards to give out. The awards that we'll be giving out this evening were voted on by the students, although I kind of call it a monarch, it's almost like a constitutional monarchy. They get a chance to vote, and then I kind of have final say. So it's kind of like England, where you have the House of Lords and House of Commons, and then you have the Queen. The King. So we have that kind of thing, dynamic going on. So we'll be presenting those this evening. I'm going to stop talking now, we're going to get to the music. Ladies and gentlemen, the Waukesha North High School Orchestra under the direction of Melina Halls and Christina Vondrak. Okay, to start out, I have several awards to give, and apparently there's a few new ones up here that I didn't know were coming, and I am not responsible for. I'm going to tell you that right now. But I have a few things, and a few thank yous. As it says in our program, we have a few people who are here playing percussion that are with us that are not normally with the orchestra, but we've kind of made them feel right at home. One of them is from within our ranks. It's Olivia Lyle, who started out as a percussionist and came over to the dark side of things. I have something else for you. So you can stay here though. Okay, but I want to have the rest of the percussionists come out, and I do have a little token of appreciation for them. Make them honorary members of the orchestra. We have Aaron Colgrove, Andrew Dance, Charlie, who was in the booth, and Callie Canal, who was also hi Charlie, and Callie Canal, who was also my orchestra student aide. She already received this earlier this year, but I'm going to give orchestra T-shirts. Hang on. Very fashionable. Yes, Andrew's got the special one with all the concerts he was not in from a year ago or so. So he can use bragging rights on that. But we wanted to thank them for being involved and for becoming kind of honorary members of the orchestra, because it's kind of a special club. So thank you again. The next thing that I'm going to do is a tradition. As I was stumbling around things in my office becomes a dumping ground for a bajillion different things, and then when you're doing both band and orchestra, it's a 2 bajillion things. So as I was going through things this year and kind of sorting through some of the stuff that goes back probably 20 years or so, I came across letters for orchestra. And there seemed to be a bunch of them, and they had not been given out for years. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool to start that up again? Unfortunately, we really don't have a system in place. I think there must have been some kind of a point system or something kind of like the band has to be able to award them overall. So what I'm going to do this year, before it starts up again next year with the new director, is, at least for this year, to get it started again and just to get things going, is to give orchestra letters to our seniors. So I'd like all of the seniors to come up. I have Sam Oberlin, Christina Vondrack, Sam Schultz, Faith James, Jackson Vensky, and Jade, who is not here this evening. Please come up and get your letters. You are the first ones, I think, to get these in probably 4 years or so, probably. So good for you. It is a very stylish N font. It looks almost Aquaman-like. So I don't have an opportunity to do a photo op with you guys, but. Okay, I'm told seniors, you have to come back. So come back. I was not aware of this. So come back. Make room.
So we're gonna go down the line and have all the seniors say if they're going to college, where they're going, what they're studying, and then we have a little gift for each of them.
Hi, I'm Samantha Oberlin. I am going to UW Waukesha for 2 years and going on to medical school.
Hi, I'm Christina Vondrack. I'm going to UW Lacrosse and I'm going pre-med.
Hey, my name's Jackson and I'm going to Edgewood for nursing.
I'm Faith James. I'm going to Concordia College for undecided.
Sam Schultz, and I'm going to UW-Madison to study health administration.
So ladies and gentlemen, that means in about 15 years' time, you may find yourself in a hospital someplace, and you could have this entire team of people up here not only take care of you and do whatever medical procedure you need and administrate it, but then pull out like a string quartet or quintet and then entertain you in your hospital room. Where else can you find that? I have no idea all of them are going into the medical field. This is actually kind of deep. Thank you again, seniors, for all of your leadership, your fun times. I don't know, well, next year I won't be able to experience Orchestra with any of you, but it's been so much fun. This has been a fun ride, being with you guys. Very entertaining. I don't even know where to begin. I'm trying to think of, I'll say a little quick thing here. I'm going to miss Sam Schultz's personal interpretation of the Pledge of Allegiance. I will miss Jackson's, I don't even know where to begin with you, Jackson. Your strange bowings, I'll look over and all of a sudden the cello is a guitar, and I'm like, it doesn't call for that, Jackson's guys. Moments like that. I'll miss Christina coming in to class with Dunkin' Donuts coffee, not even thinking that maybe she should contact me to see if I want any. You guys have been fun. It's been a fun time, and I'm going to miss you. Well, thank you again. I had the students vote for each of their sections. I did violin, viola, and cello bass together as low strings. I had them vote for outstanding performer, and I also had them vote for most improved performer to kind of broaden this. This is something that I noticed there was being the band director as well. Band does all these different awards, all these different little things. The John Philip Sousa Award. The most effective use of sequins, best use of a reed in a non-traditional setting, you name it, they have an award for everything. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice to recognize people and have it be peer-based? So what we did is like I do all the time, I do a Google form for everything, they all know this, and had them ask themselves like who they would vote for, and then kind of looked it over, and I kind of made some decisions. There wasn't a lot of decision making really to make, they pretty much had decided themselves, but just to kind of confirm it and to make sure that it's fair and equitable. And so we've come up with these awards, and I don't think these have been done before. There's one award here, or two awards maybe, but one award especially that I know has been done before, and we have a plaque. And again, this one hasn't been done for a while either. So the person who receives that award, their name will be on the plaque, and we're going to put the plaque back up on the wall where it belongs. So I'm trying to kind of allow that, along with the letters, trying to reestablish some traditions that we've had here. So I'm going to go down the list and what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask that when you get your award, kind of stand in line. If there's somebody out there that can do a photo op, because I can't be in two places at once, that would be good, so that we can have it for all posterity. As voted on by the members and confirmed by me, the outstanding violin performer, we actually have a tie. The one person could not be with us this evening. We have Timothy Wagner and Ashley Booth. Yes. Okay. For most improved violin performer, Joshua Worshner. For outstanding viola performer, Megan Waukesha. Most improved viola, Jody Gonzalez.
Go Jody.
It's not how it was. I'm going by what was on the Google form.
It was wrong.
Outstanding cello string performer, Jackson Vensky. Most improved cello bass performer, and this was pretty universal, like, we're talking like landslide here, Olivia Bile. There's two more. There's one that's called a Director's Award, and this is given, there's two of them, I'll rephrase this. One's the National School Orchestra Award, which is the highest award, and then the Director's Award. This particular person could not be with us this evening because of work, and has had a lot of conflicts towards the end of the year. And so I've been very patient and very understanding. I know that she's been going through, she's trying to figure out things for like the end of her senior year. That being said, there have been many times over the past 3 years where if ever I needed something, especially in the realm of the library, she's been extremely beneficial, very helpful, and helped kind of piece things together at times when I was sitting there going, I don't know if we can piece this together, and she's like, relax, I'll figure it out. And I wish that she could be here to get this evening, but it's the Director's Award goes to Jade English Lancaster. Along those same lines, this person has been extremely supportive, kind of in the spirit of keeping things simple and kind of keeping things moving. And I almost call her, and Jade is similar to this, but I almost call the two of them my barometer in the room. Anytime that I know that my joke is really bad and I need to move on, I look at them. Anytime that it looks like we're kind of at the point in the rehearsal where we've spent too much time on a certain area and I'm just getting bogged down in the details, I'll look at them and there's an eye roll or something specifically targeted at me, I may add sometimes, that says to me, you need to move on and we need to get this truck moving. So it's been many moments like that, and it's been nice to have from both of them. Although this particular person sometimes, especially in the past 6 months, has gotten a little bit more vocal about it and a little bit more sassy about it at times. So, and she still doesn't bring me coffee. The National School Orchestra Award goes to Christina Vondrak. So, again, these are our award winners. If anybody could grab a picture of this, you can say cheese, everybody. Cheese. But thank you again for everything, and thank you for a wonderful year. Am I supposed to do these that I don't know what they are? Oh, okay, good, because I'm not taking blame.
Just 1 second. So these awards are lovely, but we know sometimes recognition for the wrong thing can be pretty fun too. So we have some mock awards. Okay.
So our first award is for Jackson Vensky. For most likely to play perfectly without music on his stand.
Next, we have the lovely Sam Schultz for being the meaniest.
And then for Christina, most shade thrown at Diamond.
Next, we have Megan Watkey for most likely to play with the wrong music on her stand. Only 3, congrats.
And then we have Tim Wagner. Best tuner hooky upper. Best tuner hooker upper.
Now we have Josie Gonzalez for most likely bust out into an interpretive dance. And this one's kind of ironic because we've talked about it a lot today, but here, we're an orchestra. We play strings, but we have Olivia Vile for Best Percussionist.
And then for Tyler, this is my favorite, for speaking the best 5 words during orchestra.
And finally, we have the lovely Kayla for wanting to play the Pink Panther the most. And that's pretty much all we have. But there's one more thing. We want to recognize all the section leaders, because when we have sectionals, they lead it. When we have things to figure out, like this entire concert, they take part and work hard to make things happen. And so for first violins, we have Sam Oberlin, who's also our concert master. For second violins, we have Christina. For violas, we have Megan Watkey. And awkwardly enough, I'm the cello section leader. And so unfortunately, she couldn't be here, but for basses, we have Jane. I personally want to thank all of you guys for letting me first choose Pirates of the Caribbean to do with you, and then you guys made it amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you for letting me.
I'll thank everybody again for, all the students for putting this together the past couple weeks. Every once in a while I would go in and kind of check on things just to make sure that they weren't burning the house down, so to speak. And they weren't. They were working hard. We've had a practice this whole year of really trying to build independence and trying to build gradual release of responsibility, which is a big key word here at North, and having students do more of the facilitating and more of the instructional part of it. And this is the culmination of it, basically, is from all those hours and different times where we would do sectionals and have them take the lead on some of these things. So it's really nice to see that, for me to be able to just be able to sit and enjoy it, or in this case stand, because I was taking pictures, is really a testament to you guys and how well you work together and how well this has kind of come together. And it hasn't been easy, I'll tell you that. There have been some days and some mornings where more gray appeared. But in the end, it's worth it. And I want to thank you guys, especially this being my last time with you guys fully as a group, which I've been trying to kind of avoid because I don't like to get emotional. But when I first did this, I knew some of you know, I knew very little about orchestra. I still don't know everything I probably should know, but I know enough to know that I enjoy doing this and I enjoy being with you guys, and I can't wait to do more of it in the future at some point. So thank you for a good 3 years. And I'll still be around next year. We'll still be doing some full orchestra stuff, I think, with Mr. Martinez. But I'm going to miss you guys every day, every morning with Stan. So thank you. And thank you for coming.
Yeah, like Mr. Diamond said, we've been working very hard. And I also want to thank you guys for actually showing up to the after-school rehearsals that were planned. Shout out to all you who came every time. Yeah, we worked so late and so long, but thanks guys. The final, whatever, is great. Everything will go well. It won't pull, so we're done. Yeah, bye guys.